How to reset/relearn crankshaft position sensor on Chevy with and without scanner. So you replaced the crankshaft position sensor on your Chevy. You cleared the codes, expecting the engine to fire up clean, idle smoothly, and drive like nothing ever happened. Instead, it cranks longer than before, or it starts but runs rough. Maybe the check engine light comes right back with a P0315 code. Now you're standing there thinking the new sensor must be defective. Maybe you bought a cheap part. Maybe you installed it wrong, or maybe something worse just happened. Here's the truth most Chevy owners don't think about until after they've wasted more time and sometimes more money. On most GM vehicles, replacing the crankshaft position sensor is only half the job. The engine control module doesn't automatically figure it out. It has to be told how your crankshaft rotates, and until that happens, the computer is essentially guessing. That missing step is called a crankshaft position variation relearn, often referred to as a case relearn. And if it isn't performed when required, the engine may misfire, hesitate, throw codes, or refuse to clear the P0315 code no matter how many times you disconnect the battery. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to reset and relearn the crankshaft position sensor on a Chevy, both with a scanner and what your realistic options are without one. But more importantly, I'm going to explain why this step matters, how to tell if your issue is actually a relearn problem or something deeper, and why even some repair shops get this wrong. Let's start with what's really happening inside your engine. The crankshaft position sensor monitors the exact rotational speed and position of the crankshaft. It reads a reluctor wheel attached to the crankshaft, detecting tiny changes in rotational acceleration between cylinder firing events. The ECM uses this information to control ignition timing, fuel injection timing, and to detect misfires. Modern GM engines don't just look for spark and fuel. They measure minute changes in crankshaft speed to determine if a cylinder failed to contribute power. When you replace the crank sensor, especially if the old one was weak or the engine has had mechanical work done, the ECM's stored crankshaft variation data may no longer match the physical engine. The computer still thinks it's seeing the old pattern. That mismatch triggers P0315, which literally means crankshaft position system variation not learned. And here's the myth that traps a lot of people. Many believe disconnecting the battery will reset everything and fix it. It won't. Disconnecting the battery clears fuel trims and temporary adaptive memory. It does not perform a crankshaft variation relearn. The P0315 code is not a dirty memory issue. It's missing calibration data. The ECM needs to capture new physical measurements under specific conditions. That requires either a scan tool or very specific drive cycle behavior, and on most 2010 and newer Chevy models, the scan tool is mandatory. So let's talk about doing it properly with a scanner first, because this is the most accurate and reliable method. You need a bidirectional scan tool that supports crankshaft position variation learn or case relearn. A basic code reader will not work. It must have active test or special function capability. Tools from brands like Autel, Snap-on, or higher-level X-Tool units typically support this feature. Before you begin, make sure the battery is fully charged. Voltage is critical. If battery voltage drops during the procedure, the relearn will fail. The engine must be at normal operating temperature, typically above 158 degrees Fahrenheit. A cold engine will not allow the relearn to initiate because fuel maps and idle speed differ when cold. Clear all active trouble codes except the variation code if present. If there are active misfire codes or camshaft sensor circuit codes, the ECM will reject the relearn command because it cannot trust unstable data. Once conditions are met, connect the scan tool to the OBD2 port. Navigate to the engine control module, then select special functions or similar. Choose Crankshaft Position Variation Learn. The scan tool will prompt you through the process. Start the engine and place the transmission in park or neutral. Set the parking brake firmly. Turn off all accessories, including AC, lights, and radio. The scan tool will instruct you to apply and hold the brake pedal. Now comes the critical step. The tool will prompt you to quickly raise engine speed to approximately 4,000 to 5,000 RPM. This is not a gentle rev-or. You press the accelerator firmly to reach the specified RPM and then release immediately. The ECM monitors crankshaft deceleration, and firing variance during this event. That rapid acceleration and release allows the computer to measure crankshaft speed fluctuations precisely. If successful, the scan tool will display Relearn Complete or Pass. If it fails, shut off the engine for about 15 seconds, then attempt again. Often, a failed attempt is due to slight voltage fluctuation or engine temperature not being fully stabilized. Now let's pause here because this is where many people panic. If the Relearn fails twice, do not keep repeating it blindly. That is usually a sign of an underlying issue, and this brings us to the diagnostic differentiation that most videos skip. If your Chevy won't start or runs poorly after replacing the crank sensor, you need to verify that the sensor is actually producing an RPM signal. Connect your scanner and monitor live data while cranking the engine. If engine RPM reads 0 during cranking, the sensor is not sending a signal. That could mean a faulty new sensor, incorrect part number, wiring damage, poor ground, or a damaged reluctor wheel. If RPM registers normally during cranking but P0315 remains and the engine runs, that points toward a relearn requirement rather than a hardware failure. That distinction saves time and money. A relearn problem still produces an RPM signal. A dead sensor does not. Now let's talk about doing this without a scanner, because that's what many people search for. Here is the honest answer. On many early 2000s GM vehicles, passive relearning could occur through specific drive cycles after battery disconnect. But on most 2010 and newer Chevy models, especially Silverado, Tahoe, Camaro, Malibu, Equinox, and Suburban platforms, a proper case relearn requires a scan tool command. There is no guaranteed manual method. You can disconnect the negative battery terminal for 30 to 60 minutes to clear adaptive memory. You can reconnect, start the engine, and allow it to idle for 10 to 15 minutes. You can vary engine load by turning the AC on and off. You can drive through moderate acceleration and deceleration cycles. But understand this clearly, this does not actively perform a crankshaft variation relearn. It simply gives the ECM the opportunity to attempt passive recalibration. In many cases, especially with persistent P0315 codes, it will not work. And this is where some shops get it wrong. A vehicle comes in with P0315. The crank sensor was replaced. The shop clears the code and test drives the vehicle. The light stays off temporarily. They assume it fixed itself. Days later, the customer returns with the same code. The shop blames the sensor quality or sells another part. What was missed was the formal case relearn procedure. Some technicians assume the relearn happens automatically every time. On older systems, sometimes it did. On newer systems, it often does not. Now let's address another myth. If the engine runs fine, you don't need a relearn. Not entirely true. The engine may appear to run normally, but misfire detection may be inaccurate. That affects emissions readiness monitors. It can cause intermittent misfire codes that don't reflect actual ignition problems. The variation map must be calibrated for precise monitoring. Now let's talk about conditions that prevent a relearn from completing. If the engine has a stretched timing chain, severe cylinder misfire, camshaft timing issues, or a damaged reluctor wheel, the ECM cannot establish stable crankshaft acceleration patterns. In those cases, the scan tool will display conditions not met or relearn failed. No amount of repeating the procedure will fix mechanical instability. If the battery voltage drops below about 12.5 volts engine off or fluctuates during the rev event, the ECM may abort the procedure. Voltage stability matters. If active misfire codes P0300 through P0308 are present, the relearn will not initiate because the ECM cannot rely on inconsistent firing data. If wiring is damaged near the exhaust manifold or connector pins are contaminated with oil, signal noise can disrupt calibration. So here's the best approach. If you replace the crankshaft position sensor and now have P0315, first verify RPM signal during cranking. If no RPM is shown, address wiring or sensor issues. If RPM is present, perform a proper case relearn with a bidirectional scanner. If relearn fails, check for mechanical timing issues or active misfires. If you don't own a scan tool and your model is 2010 or newer, the realistic solution is either borrowing a professional-grade tool or having a shop perform the relearn. This is typically a short procedure. It does not require engine disassembly, it requires the correct command. Replacing the sensor fixes the hardware. The relearn fixes the communication between mechanical rotation and digital interpretation. Both matter. If you skip the relearn when required, the engine may misfire, surge, hesitate, or keep returning the PO315 code. If you perform it correctly, the code clears, misfire monitoring stabilizes, and the engine behaves normally. So if your Chevy still acts up after replacing the crankshaft position sensor, don't assume you wasted your money. Don't assume the new sensor is bad, and don't keep disconnecting the battery, hoping it will magically reset.